Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to Shopping Tales, where our lives revolve around reselling. No, they don't, but they once did. So today I'm just going to be showing you a haul. Yesterday started the buy one get one free in my district for Goodwill for jeans, and I was hoping to come back home with a dozen pair of jeans, but sadly I came back home with 2 pairs of jeans, and I was at the Goodwill like one of the first ones in. So right when they opened, the hour that they opened, I was there. So that was a little disappointing, but I'm not a really big jean seller, so maybe it's not disappointing. I only found 2 pairs, and one is actually for myself, and I wanted to get another one free, so I kind of just bought a pair that I normally wouldn't have picked up. Our jeans are $4.99, so I mean $2.50 a pair. So I have one Goodwill bag, and yesterday I sourced at 4 different Goodwills. If you haven't checked out my shorts, they're up already. One of the 4 Goodwills I walked out empty-handed, but there are 3 1-minute shorts, I think. And here's the other haul. So all this stuff I brought yesterday, with the exception of 3 things that I brought like a few days ago, and I will include those. So I'm glad you're here. Comment below, say hi if you want. If you have any questions that I can answer. I started reselling in 1999, took a mommy break, and I went back at it about a decade ago. So without further ado, I'm just going to show you the jeans first, guys. So these are a light wash jogger stretch jean, and it's just a boutique brand called Highway Jeans. And they're drawstring, and I liked the deep pockets. I didn't try them on. Oh my gosh, that's a huge stain. Hey, we're keeping it real here. That is a huge stain that I did not see when I bought them. Look at that. What the heck is that? I mean, it feels, I don't know. Do I dare smell it? It doesn't have no odor. I don't know what it is, but okay, I'm going to wash them. And if that doesn't come out, I'll either cut them off and make them shorts, or just redonate. They were $2.50, guys. Again, they are Highway. Let me show you. Highway jeans, guys. Never heard of that. But I liked the fact that they were denim, that they were light wash, because we are still in the summer, and they were stretchy. They kind of move with you. And a lot of people like wide leg. I like this little jogger, you know, little area here. Oh, well, get rid of those. I am going to wash them, though. All right, and so these are the pair. Is anything wrong with these? These are the pair that I got free, and they're Diane Gilman. And this is just a QVC brand, but they're size 14, which is a very good size. They kind of have like a turquoise beaded Southwestern type of deal. But what really drew me to them is the bottom cuff. And I did check to make sure there was no loose beads, or no missing beads, because you want to do that regardless. And there was not. So I'm hoping to get like 30 bucks for these. And I'm keeping the other ones, and I have a $5 investment, okay? So that is basically, were they bad buys? We will see, because as soon as they sell, I'm going to do a short here just to kind of see how long it took. But I do kind of picture these with someone with a white tank tucked in, or even, and maybe like one of those chaps Ralph Lauren that are popular, and they just left unbuttoned, kind of like a coastal Southwestern type of deal. So yeah. So that's one of the things. Okay, so one of my best buys, in my opinion, will it be? I don't know, but these are cranes, and it's a Japanese kimono made in Japan. I went to the website here before I bought it, and they do retail for $123. I'm hoping to get 50. And when you buy robes or kimonos, for that matter, it says one size fits all. Let's see if that's true. Oh yeah, that's true. I like it myself. It's very pretty. So when, oh yeah, there's a little bit room to give. So it'll fit probably small, medium, large, and extra large. Yeah, true kimono. When buying robes, you want to make sure that they have the sash. At first, I was not going to get it because this was not attached, but there's no belt loops. So I checked the pockets, and sure enough, it was tied in the pocket. So let's see. It's really cute. It's not me, but it is cute. And so here is the sash, which I'm going to put back in the pocket. I still need to wash it, detag it, and probably give it a steam as well. So let's take that off. And yeah, it just, let me show you the tag. Let's see. 100% cotton, wash separately, keep away from fire. So that is what it looks like. I'm not actually seeing a brand, but again, it just says made in Japan. Yeah, 100% cotton. Size, oh, size one size, and then it says 45. So we'll do a search on that. All right. So my best find, guys, this was absolutely my best find, which I think I'll save that for last. Okay, so my next find is a new to me brand. This is actually a Dillard's brand, and it's called Karen CO. See all the Karen with a Y. Karen CO XL. I really love this, and if I lived up north and not down south, I'd probably keep it for myself. It is like, it feels like real velvet, not to be confused with like velveteen or velour. It's like a heavy velvet. And was it new with tags? Oh yeah, it's new with tags too. It doesn't say how much it retailed for. But I will go back to the Dillard's website and I'll put it here. So I paid $4.99 for both pairs of jeans. I pay $4.99. This is what I pay instead of boring you to death. But for that robe, she charged me bra price, so I paid $2.49 for that robe. All right, and so this last of the first Goodwill. So this is a Chico short sleeve shirt, and I was apprehensive about getting it because it's short sleeves, and normally Chico sells for me, but it has to be usually size 3 sells best for me, which they use vanity sizing, and their size 3 is an XL. And that sells, I mean, I do sell Chicos on the weekly, but this is their brand new. They change their tags. I wouldn't say frequently, but I would say every few years they change their tags. So this is a newer piece. This is a new Chico's tag. And it is a size 3 XL. And I don't think they use like natural fabrics or anything, but this did probably retail for like 80 bucks because they aren't cheap. Yeah, just recycled polyester, which is probably the cheapest you can get. Yeah, it's probably the cheapest you can get. That's all we're going to say about that. But yeah, there is a cult following for Chicos, usually the 40 plus crowd, which would include me, but I would never wear this. But yeah, I do like their button ups. So there's that. All right, so let's move on to this. And this is a Vera Bradley. I have not went to their website to see how much these gorgeous bags retail for, but I will put it here. This is a beautiful tote. I'm curious what pattern this is. I thought it was New Hope, but I don't think it's New Hope because I think New Hope has like a pink ribbon on it, but it's beautiful. And this was $4.99. It's completely lined, beautiful beach tote. All right, so in here we have a, I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, RL Ralph Lauren. So this is Lauren Ralph Lauren, again 3X. So as a whole, Lauren Ralph Lauren and Shops Ralph Lauren do very well for me. So Lauren Ralph Lauren is a black tag. Shops Ralph Lauren is a green tag. And then they have the purple tag, which is the top tier of Ralph Lauren. And if you ever see the purple tag that just says Ralph Lauren, not Lauren or Chaps, definitely pick it up because they sell that you can get good buck for it. Let's just put it that way. I have sold one purple label blazer, and that was last year, and I had it up for $600. It was priced. It was new with tags, and it had a $3,000 price tag on it. I ended up getting $400 for it, and I was happy with that. I spent $6.99 for it. Again, these platforms do take a 20% commission though, so keep that in mind. But 3X, regardless, does very, very well for me, and because it has the RL and the logo on it, I do think I will be able to get probably 40. I'm thinking I'm probably going to get 40 for it. I'll probably list it for 50 and take a $40 offer. And it is 100% cotton. It's short sleeves. It's substantial. I mean, they are good quality. All right, next is a dress, and this came from Kohl's, Laurel Gray, and it's very just coastal grandma vibe. Smocking is very flattering. I love smocking. A little bit of a flare with tiers, fully lined, and it has pockets. It's really pretty. I'm going on a vacation pretty soon, and I was considering keeping it to wear, but I'll try it on. It's a 2X, and I'm an XL, so I'm not sure, but because it has some stretch, I'll see how it looks. And if I don't like it, I'll put it up. But yeah, it just came from Kohl's. It's a Kohl's brand, and I mean, Kohl's is always having sales, so I can't imagine this retailed for, I mean, it probably had like a $59, $60 price tag, but someone probably got it on sale for $25, $30 because Kohl's is notorious for having sales. So this is a full length dress that I got, maxi dress, but it's tiered. It has smocking. It has some stuff going on. Moving right along, I found, actually my daughter found these. These are 100% silk vintage, that really nice plush, kind of butter soft silk. And I do have a few pieces of silk. I have a shirt that's 100% silk by, I think it's Diane Gilman. So I may pair with this and try to sell it that way. Otherwise, I mean, I like these myself too. I don't know if they'll fit, but silk, it's called Wild Rose. And let me show you the actual tag of them. Oop, which is, it does have pockets. And this is the only tag it has. So it doesn't have an actual Wild Rose. It just says dry clean only, vintage size 18. So vintage size 18 is probably a 14, 16 nowadays, but we'll see. It's just beautiful. I'm not seeing any stains like on those jeans. So, yep, sometimes natural light, I'm standing in front of a window, and I need to get better. I need to get better. I've been reselling for so long, and I'm still buying stuff with stains because I'm in the moment, and I'm trying to, lots of times I might have like a rush. I'm like kind of rushed, especially yesterday I was kind of rushed because I was doing 4 different Goodwills. But and I used to carry a flashlight. I still have it, and I just out of my purse. I used to have a flashlight, so after I would thrift, I would then go to a corner of the store and look everything over with I was gonna say a fine-tooth comb, but like a flashlight. But if you don't, I mean, you don't have to be that obsessive. You could just take your garments over to some natural light. Like if you're in any thrift store, go find the window and then, you know, have your cart there and just kind of look things over, because we're here to make money, not lose money, and buying stuff that you have to redonate is a little just disheartening. Of course, as long as the tag isn't cut, you could return it. And of course, you know, a lot of people don't like to return things. I'm there often enough where I don't really mind returning things, but most of the times before I do these videos, I am detagging things, which then it's a no-go. I can't return it. Every store, I guess, is different, but yeah, these look pretty good, and they're a really nice silk. So moving right along is a quince dress, and this is a wrap quince dress. I will put right here how much they retail for. Again, I like this myself. I don't really need another dress, so I'll probably sell it. I don't know. It's a quince XL, and it is just your, let's see, midi length. This brand Quince sponsors a heck of a lot of fashion influencers. I feel like everyone that I watch as fashion-wise, and I watch people's fashion videos, like people that are not thrifters that just buy new, or, you know, I watch them to see what is stylish. I'm not on Instagram, I'm not on Facebook, I'm not on social media really, besides YouTube. And I try to keep up to date with what people are buying, what companies are sending these fashion influencers, and then try to find those things or similar things like that while I'm out thrifting. Because when I first started thrifting, I would just buy things that I like, that I would wear, assuming that, oh, well, I like it, well, that person might like it. And wrong. Just because I like something, think that it's attractive, doesn't mean like the next person's going to find it attractive. So now I just try to stick with what's the trends, what are the cores, because cores are really popular right now. And I feel like cores are kind of even overshadowing brands nowadays. So here in 2025, you got to keep up to date with cores. And how I do that is watching other people's videos. And I also use the Vendu service, which is in my description. If you want to give it a go, you get 30 days for free. And I think it's like $20-something a month. And it relists for you, and it cross posts for you. And it just keeps the analytics. It keeps like what your sales are, how much you've invested. So it's kind of like a spreadsheet. And I do highly recommend it. So, where was I going with this? So anyways, on the Vendu website, they are always updating the cores, and that helps us as resellers, because yes, brands are good, and some brands could speak for themselves. But again, here in 2025, it's more about cottage core, corp core, heritage core, you know, all the cores, and you want to put those in your title. If you don't want to put it in the title and there's not enough room, put it in the description, but just put it there, because today's shoppers that are shopping online are typing in those cores, and it seems like they're typing in those cores before brand. So I find that interesting, and just how reselling and thrifting has evolved, where it used to be if it's a good brand, it will automatically sell. Perfect example for that is Free People. Free People used to speak for itself. Frame, Page, Free People, Anthropology, all their house brands. But nowadays, not so much. It's about the core. Now, it could be that brand. Like you could have a really good brand and a good style. Oh, wow, that's wonderful. But it's not always about brands. In fact, I don't even pick up most Free People anymore. I did do a video and I picked up these jumpers because they were super popular right now. But I'm not picking up Free People skinny jeans when I see them. And just Free People, just blouses even, because they don't sell for me. But if I could find out that it's a good core, then that is the game changer there. I want to get off on a tangent. Okay, how about this brand? Has anyone heard of this brand? I think I currently have one piece in my posh closet. I'm in my workroom right now. That's where you could see all these bins. And it's called Oliphant, not elephant, but Oliphant, I guess, Oliphant. And you know it by that bright orange kind of, that looks like Hermes orange to me. And it's a size small. It's an ombre tunic. It almost looks like a dress. Actually, in fact, it might be a beach cover-up. Let me see if I could see how long it is. It looks like it's about 32 to 34 inches. So I will find the stock photo. Again, with stock photos, a lot of companies do not like you using stock photos. Chico's is one of them. And I think they have either AI or something scanning websites such as, you know, Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and they will take them down if you're using the stock photo. And what people usually do is they put the stock photo through a picture app. I'll put the one here that I use, Pic Collage, I think it's called. And I think that just offsets it. Or if you're going to use the stock photo, you could run it through a filter and, you know, and don't use it as the first picture if you're not going to do any of those things, because it will just get taken down. That is something I've learned the hard way. Something else that I've learned the hard way is that so many people use the word inspired and dupe when you buy something. And I had a pair of Universal Thread, which is a Target house label. I had some loafers. They're already inventoried, otherwise I'd show them to you. I just had some new without tags Target loafers that I brought for myself, and they just ended up being too big. But they are clearly a dupe for the Gucci with the horse bit. I mean, they're a dupe for Gucci. They don't say Gucci on the hardware anywhere, but I just put that they were a dupe. I didn't put that they were a dupe for Gucci. I just put that the Universal Thread dupe loafers, and it got removed by Poshmark, not eBay, which I thought that was interesting, but it got removed from Poshmark. And so I got an email, and it said you can't use the word dupe. And it's, again, disheartening not to keep saying that, but if you do a search for dupe on any platform, you will get not hundreds, thousands of people. So I don't know if there's like a favoritism thing, or I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. But every time I try to use dupe, they take it down. Meanwhile, I see, you know, everyone else doing it. So it's unfair. But again, that's life. Okay, next is this full length Chico's size 2, which is their size large. And it is a beautiful, beautiful, fully lined flare. Let's see, is it tiered? Yes, it is tiered. It's just gorgeous, guys. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And I do very, very well with Chico's full length dresses, not short ones. I am sitting on some mini dresses, I think for like 2 years. But these maxi dresses, again, if it is a new, and that is their brand new label right there, guys. And I sold one for $59 last week. So I will be listing this the same, and I really feel like I probably will get that. It's even fully lined, which is nice because, you know, a lot of cheaper dresses, I mean, this is probably polyester, for being honest, but they cut costs, not Chico's, but other brands usually cut costs where the lining is like goes right to your knee. And it's so annoying. You have a maxi full length dress on. As soon as you sit down, the lining is up there. It's uncomfortable. It's not flattering, but that is how they cut costs. So this dress probably, I think their dresses, full length dresses, retail for over $100 on Chico's website, and it's kind of sheer sleeves. You also want to put that in the description. I'm going to put as much info that I could find on the dress. And sometimes if the dress is still on the Chico's website, I screenshot their description that says all the things, that it's sheer, that it's lined, all that stuff. And I will insert their description in my listing, just so people can actually, you know, they can write it better than me. And then I just put a little bit like I'm going to be putting that it's tiered. I'm going to be putting it's floral. I'm going to see if this fits any cores. It probably does. It's sort of floral. It's paisley. it may be considered boho, so I will then determine that. I try to stick with each listing. I don't want to spend more than 5 minutes on each listing. When I first started reselling, I was still taking my pictures to get developed at like CVS. Actually, there was no CVS. I think it was like Brooks Pharmacy or something like that. But yeah, so nowadays ain't no time for that. So I try to, if I'm going to be listing, I try to list like 20 new things every week. A lot of people do that on the daily, but I still have daily sales doing it only on the weekly. But yes, I try to list new things every single week because that will help the algorithm, and these websites will see that you are active, and you're basically worthy, you know, as humbling as that sounds. All right, next is Pumi. This is just for myself. This is just a cute little fitted semi-crop black, like silky. These are Skims dupes, and I actually like them better than Skims. I used to have many Skims tops. I sold them all because I actually like Pumi better. This is an Amazon brand. I'm curious if it's polyamide and elastane. These feel amazing, guys. These feel, and they're double lined, so they don't show any outline of your bra or anything. They stretch and stretch and stretch, and they're kind of silky. I like wearing them under blazers, cardigans. They meet right, like if you're tucking them in, it's only tucked in like a little bit, and they're just really good. The only thing actually I would change, there's always that, I wish the cap sleeves weren't capped. I wish it was like a short sleeve. I'm not sure if they make them that way, because most people do like a cap sleeve, which I've read, and not at my age. I have a lot of arm and I don't like a cap sleeve. But yeah, I just like them so much though, I don't care. So yeah, that, and it's a crew neck, and like it showcases any jewelry you wear. I will find them on Amazon. You might already have them. They're very popular, but I will find them on Amazon and link it in my description for you to window shop, because they come in so many colors. I have pink, white, black, all your basics. They have bodysuits, long sleeve shirts, and these short sleeve shirts. I think they're known for these short little shirts. And I tend to find them at the thrift store a lot. So I don't know, maybe not everybody feels the same, right? All right, so again, white button up. Okay, so normally love linen J gel. This is a perfect example. I used to pick up every single J gel that I found. And some of those J gels had to get redonated years ago. Now I just pick up their linen pieces or their white button ups, and they sell, if I have them in my closet, they usually sell within 48 hours. Last week I sold 2. But this one is linen, so this one obviously will need a good steam. I do steam all of my clothes. Beautiful, but these tops are great. So this is just a plus size 2X. It's a really good size, and I am going to assume, I'll have to put right here how much they retail for, because I haven't checked their website in a while. I think it's probably at least $89 unless they're having a sale. But it's almost like, I think they call it Irish linen. It's not that like, it's like a substantial linen, you know, but it is the kind of linen that you do need to steam, and you need to iron it. And that's what I'm going to do. All right, so the last thing in my bag here is this Delmira bra. And this is a brand also from Amazon, guys. I love this brand. Personally, this brand for undergarments is my favorite next to Wacoal. So I prefer Wacoal, but if I can't find Wacoal, I like this brand. And it is from Amazon. I think these retail for like $40, and the size on this one is 40-60. If it was my size, of course, I'd be keeping it. So this is just a front hook bra. These are very well made. I will be washing it. Again, when you find bras do very well, guys. So at first I was like, do you feel funny, buying a used bra? I don't think so. I mean, I did at one point. Now I don't, because bras are expensive. A lot of people just don't like the hustle of going in store and buying a bra. And once they know their size, which I feel like, again, once you're my age, you definitely know your size and whatnot, you can find it on the secondhand market like new. And so when you are shopping for bras, the first thing you want to do is make sure it has a tag, because I've brought in bras where there's no size. In fact, I have one right here that has no size on it. It's a NYX bra, and I need to take measurements still and try to figure out what size this bra is so that I could sell it. But you're opening up yourself for returns if it doesn't have a size. You will have to measure it and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you want to make sure that there's a tag when you're shopping for bras. Bras are a cheap investment. At my Goodwill, they're only $2.49. And I'm still going to get as much as I would get for like a random blouse, you know, $25. So I do usually list my bras for 25 to 30. I don't take less than 20. So it's kind of, you know, pretty easy. So you want to make sure that the tag is there. And you could tell that that tag hasn't been washed maybe once or twice. I mean, it's still very legible. So that's the first thing you want to do. Make sure the tag is like new. If it's super faded, pass on that bra. Keep looking. Larger sizes do best. And when I say larger size, I mean, even people think when they think of a large size, usually it's double D. But I don't pick up all double Ds. I try to look for G, H, I, J, and M do very well. K does very well for cup size. So it doesn't matter as much the around part, like 32, 34, larger sizes do best, but what does even best is a 32, you know, G, J, M. So the size of the cup is what matters and just sells, you know, better for me. The next thing you want to look at is if it has wire, make sure the wire's in there, because I've bought bras before where just one wire was removed. Sometimes both wires removed. If it's a front hook or a back hook, make sure the hook is still, you know, functioning. I mean, it takes 2 seconds. I'm doing this in the store. I'm pretty quick at it. And then the other thing is sometimes the wire's in there, but this part, the wire has cut, you know, just jabbed through. I was going to say, did I do that? No, that's just the tag. That's just the tag. Oh my goodness. I was like, but I checked. But yes, you don't want to buy a bra unless you're handy with a needle and thread, because I have done that before. I've brought in unintentionally, buying when I wasn't so careful of what I bought. If you see the wire stabbing through, if it's a really good brand, by all means, and you're good with a needle or thread, you can push that back in. And I have in my workroom here a needle and thread. And what thread you use, you would think, oh, black thread. What if I don't have black? I went to Walmart and I just buy the clear. It looks like fishing line. It's clear thread. And it's a one and done. Having clear thread and a needle on hand, you could fix anything. You could fix anything with it and make it new again. So that is what I do with that. Okay, lastly, so this is a Vera Bradley bag in fabulous condition. I looked to make sure there was no stains. A very, very cool basket size. Like, this shape is very trendy and popular right now. Vera Bradley is slowly having a comeback. They're doing Disney collabs. They're doing all sorts of collabs. In fact, I think they're on the Target website now. I'm not sure. That may mean that the quality might not be as good. We don't know, because I've been to Target and I haven't seen any Vera Bradley bags, so I'm not sure if it's just on the website. Okay, when buying any purses, the very first thing you need to do is look at those straps, because if the straps are unraveling or the threading is loose, I would pass on it, unless it's a designer, unless it's like a fabulous designer. But next, I made sure all these little shells, this is an adorable bag. All the little shells were tightly sewed, and both of the little tie straps. I mean, this is a cute, cute little vacation bag or beach bag. You're going to the beach, you're going to the pool, adorable. So I'm not sure how much they retail for. I'll put it right here because I haven't dug that deep yet. Just bought all this stuff yesterday. Okay, so let me show you my best find, because we talked so much about this brand already. Woo! The Ralph Lauren Teddy. Now these sweaters, I don't know how much they retail for, but I know the vintage sweaters are selling for $400 and $500 on eBay. Oh my goodness, I don't know. But this is a hoodie, so I'm thinking I could get maybe half of that. We'll see. We'll see. So again, I haven't researched it or anything, but I know that everybody's talking about these sweaters with the teddy that say Polo Ralph Lauren, and it is a hoodie, and it is flawless. So let me show you the tag, and this is Polo Ralph Lauren. So there is, the lowest here is Chaps Ralph Lauren. Then, okay, that's the cheapest, and I think Walmart even sells that now, but it does still sell for me in plus size. Then there's Lauren Ralph Lauren is the next tier. And then I believe the third before the purple label is this Polo Ralph Lauren. So this is just a rich, better quality, but not as good as not as good as the purple label. So yeah, that's just, it's really cool. I could do a whole video on that because I've bought in all the pieces, all the tiers before, and I've sold all the tiers. All right, so now I'm going to show you 3 things from a few days ago. This is a Kipling bag. I sold one of these bags last year for $49, but it did have the little Kipling monkey. It's so cute. I'll put it here, what the monkey looks like. Because if you are out thrifting and you see that little monkey hanging, you know, go take another look. So this little bag was a little treasure. I picked it up for $4.99. It is nothing wrong with it at all. One of the pockets when I got home I opened, and it had a little staining. Not that pocket, but look at that for your pens and everything. Oops. Let's see. Over here, I made sure that this was good. So I threw it in my cart, and when I got home, I saw some, there it is, pen marks. And I'll put the picture here, what I saw. So it was a win-win in my book. So that was really nice. And I used that $20 to purchase the stuff, which was awesome. I mean, not in the store, obviously, but when I got home and whatnot, I think I spent like $22. All right, so then this is a little bra, another little bra. And the brand is, I think this is the Soma bra. Yep. Soma bra. Soma is my best-selling bra. I will never understand it because it's my least, dare I say, it's my least favorite bra. I've tried every style. I don't know, it just doesn't work for me, but this is a Soma bra, and that's what it looks like. Again, when you're picking up bras and there is no tag, don't discredit it and throw it back until you make sure that it's not stamped on here. I don't know, how do we feel about that? I think I just prefer having the tag than it stamped, but when it's stamped with wear and tear, like you're washing and drying, well, you're not even supposed to put you're not supposed to even put bras in the dryer. They always say hang to dry. But I don't do that. I wash them and dry them. So this is the Vanishing Back Full Coverage Bra in a 40D. And I only picked it up because it was Soma. Soma is my best-selling bra, and it seems like any size of Soma does well. Wish I could say that for other brands, but it's not the case. But maybe people just like Soma because it's seamless. Look at that. It wouldn't show, like if you had a fitted shirt, it's not going to show. Like that Pumi shirt, for example, that I showed you. Maybe that's an issue, but I don't really care, you know, personally, but I'm not using myself for an example, but I don't usually care if there is a, there you could kind of see, I mean, obviously I'm wearing it and you could kind of see, because I don't know. That's that. I'm not going to get into that. To each their own regarding that. But that is a really popular brand, Soma. And a lot of people love that brand. So I pick it up. Okay, next is a full-length Eddie Bauer, and this is vintage, XL, 100% cotton. Great for the winter. Great. And this is just a vintage full-length maxi. It's looking brown on the camera. It is black. A very small, modest, maybe 8-inch slit. And yeah, it's just a pull on and go. So, I mean, it's just with a chunky sweater and a scarf and boots. This would look super, super cute. And then lastly, again, vintage, guys. And if it was a sweater, I'd be able to get more. This is a brand Top Notch. And it is a 3X. And it's vintage, just a 3X Top Notch. Acrylic and polyester, not natural fibers, not anything. The only reason I picked it up was because of the style. Not because of that, but look at this. Casino vibes, guys. Cruise on the casino, or just casino in general, a little heart, all that. I picked it up. So I'd be putting Vegas in the title and casino for sure. Vintage, novelty, that's another thing. And it is really, really groovy. I don't play cards or anything, but I still think it's really cute. So that is why I picked that up based on style. And I think that's it. Woo, long-winded, guys. All right, I hope you were educated or something, something, you know, sparked out to you. How have your sales been? Comment below. And I thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.